Belachara offers seniors beautiful apartment living. It's a special, secure place to belong, providing choice, freedom and professional care. Each spacious apartment comes with an ensuite, veranda, security and on-call nurses. Entertain your guests in the elegantly appointed shared spaces. Our vibrant activities program will keep your mind and body active. Belachara welcomes new residents. Call us today on 5202 5300 for a personal tour.
Welcome back to News Geelong as we take a look at the local cricket scene. And of course, this is the final round tomorrow, December 22nd, for first half of the season of 2012 before restarting back in 2013. In the Premier Cricket, down at the Geelong Cricket Ground, President's Lunch is on tomorrow at the lunch break of the main senior game that will take place between Geelong and Melbourne University. And it'll be a very good encounter. Geelong showed some very good signs last weekend, and one would expect after a solid win over Hawthorn Monash University that they should be able to continue that against the students, as they're known in Premier Cricket Victoria. Turning our attention to the local Geelong Cricket Association, round 7, one-day fixture, 1:15 p.m. start tomorrow afternoon. And up at McDonald Reserve, the Heighton Heat entertain Geelong West Rams. I believe the Geelong West Rams will be too strong with their talent of both bat and ball under one-day conditions. Out at Myers Reserve up at Windy Hill, Bellpost Hill entertains St Joseph's. And after St Joseph's missed out last weekend because of rain, I think they'll be very eager to finish 2012 on a win, and that they should do up at Bellpost Hill. Out at the Snake Pit at the Lara Recreation Reserve, it will be a cutthroat battle between Lara and Grovedale. No quarter given. 8th and 9th on the ladder, both on 12 points. Lara at home for mine. North Geelong take on Newtown and Chewell, the ever-improving Newtown and Chewell at Osborne Park. I think that home ground advantage under one-day conditions should see the Magpies, nice and deep in their bowling and batting, take the winning points. South Barwon at home to the Geelong City Sharks at South Barwon number 1 reserve and should be far too strong. Whilst out at the Leopold Memorial Reserve, we've got Leopold taking on East Belmont. And with Christopher James Banbury in fine form after his 115 not out last week for East Belmont, again one-day conditions suiting that side, I expect East Belmont to take the points over Leopold. That's a roundup of Premier Cricket and the Geelong Cricket Association final round for 2012 before a short mid-season break and back again in 2013. I'll be back with the weather after this. Before we have a look at the weather, a little word of, well, awareness, which is always something that we should be looking at in order to be taking preventative measures. And the Surf Coast Shire Council works closely with the Country Fire Authority and with the Department of Sustainability and Parks Victoria at this time of the year, looking at requirements and situations that they can take in order to be able to reduce the fire hazards that can be due down around our surf coast, as we've seen in many recent years. The area around the surf coast through to Lorne is one of the highest bushfire risks in Victoria, and we must be aware of this. Ian Nichols speaks with Mayor of the Surf Coast Council, Councillor Libby Coker, about the message.
The Surf Coast Shire has just announced that they now have 10 safe places, safe havens of last resort admittedly, but over the summer there could be code red days. That's when you must leave early to escape the dangers of bushfire. We're speaking with the Mayor of the Surf Coast, Councillor Libby Coker, about the safe havens over the summer period.
We will have I think a hot summer this year. We have just named our 10th neighbourhood safer place in Moriac and Newling Reserve. So we now have 10 across our shire in our in the hotspot townships. Now we have Janjuk and Belbrae, Anglesea, Aries Inlet, Lorne, and Moriac and Deans Marsh. So we have quite a number of townships that are hotspots, high risk areas for fire. So we encourage people to leave early on a code red day, but if you are caught out, there are neighbourhood safer places you can go to. They are places of last resort. So facilities are very sparse on the ground in these areas, but they've been been selected by the CFA because they are cleared areas that will give you some safety from fire, and it also means we have prepared them for in terms of vegetation so that we have reduced fuel load in those areas.
Well, you've shown some vision here and taken the lead, because we just don't want a repeat of what happened back in the Kinglake region some time ago now, but we'll never forget that.
Yes, look, that was a tragedy. We've also had Ash Wednesday in our region in the early 80s, so we do encourage people to plan ahead, to actually have a fire plan and to consider when they leave, preferably before a fire approaches, but also on those very hot code red days, to actually be aware of listening to the media, to the radio, have your phone nearby. In the case of Lorne, we have a siren that's been introduced, a fire siren that'll be will be sounded in the case of fire approaching. So that is a new initiative for that township. But in all towns, visitors are also encouraged to take care, and we work with our accommodation providers to keep our visitors informed about risk of fire.
So people, particularly holidaying on the Surf Coast, should take a note of those little townships that now have safe places. The minute they arrive, perhaps for their holiday over the Christmas New Year period, make that one of their priorities, to know where to go.
Yes, and you can look at the Surf Coast website. Those sites are listed and it explains to exactly where they are. So we would encourage visitors and residents alike to make themselves aware of our 10 neighbourhood safer places and to ensure that they're prepared in case of fire.
Well, let's hope there are not too many code red days during the next 3 months, and we all have a lovely introduction to the new year.
Yes, we hope that everyone is safe and enjoys the summer on our beautiful coastline and our hinterland, and that we just do stay prepared for fire risk. Have a look at the website. Always have a listen to radio on hot days.
On the Surf Coast Shire, this is Ian Nichols for News Geelong.
Thank you, Nico, and thank you, Libby. A very, very firm and meaningful message there for all of us. Take care. Let's have a look at the weather for Geelong and the Surf Coast over the next 6 days. Yes, the Christmas week. Very important weather news. Tomorrow, Saturday, will be partly cloudy, clearing to sunny periods and a top of 27. Good day for our final day of cricket for season 2012. Sunday will continue with the partly cloudy conditions with a little ray of sunshine, but this time a little steamy temperature of around 35 degrees. Monday will be cloudy with isolated showers and a top of 25. Tuesday, Christmas Day for 2012, will be cloudy with some isolated showers during the morning, clearing, and then a top of 21. Wednesday will continue with partly cloudy conditions and an expected top also of 21, while Thursday will be partly cloudy with some sunny periods and a top of 26. Today, Friday, was cloudy early, clearing to a fine day, and we reached a top temperature of 21. That's the weather that we look at for the coming 6 days in and around Geelong and the Surf Coast. Be a little warm leading up to Christmas, but Christmas Day should be a good day for all, and I hope you definitely enjoy that Christmas Day. That's it from News Geelong on this Friday night. To Nell Daniels. Remember, Nell, it's been not a real good week for you, Nell, but remember, you take your time and smell the flowers. From all of us at News Geelong, a very, very Merry Christmas, a safe Christmas. We want you back again next week for part 1 of a review of 2012. Until then, from all the team at News Geelong, a pleasant evening, a safe weekend, and a very good night.